Welcome back to episode 20, the big 2-0. The boys are here. We're excited. There's stuff going on. There's announcements to be had.
A lot of
Scott,
stuff.
how's it going?
It's going. It's going. Sax, chime in, man.
A lot of stuff. We got two big announcements. You'll see Adam's wearing a hood right now. We got a haircut reveal coming in about 30 seconds. But I just wanted to commemorate a big day for me, Sax Boy. It is May 27th, 2025, which is 18 months of my sobriety, which is, thank you. I'll take that. It's just, again, this account was started 3 months into sobriety. And, I met you guys like 1 month into the account. We, courted this friendship. You guys said just baseball. You guys shunned me.
I guess 2 weeks in a row you brought that up.
No, I'm messing around. But and then the friendship continued, and now here we are, 18 months. So I get to pick up a chip. You get chips you get a chip for the first 24 hours, then chips every first 12 months, and then you get an 18-month one, and then after that, it's just every year I get a chip. So it's exciting. It's a big milestone. And that's all I got on that. We can, but now the real big milestone, Adam's haircut.
Yeah. Some would argue
wait. First off, congrats, Sax. We're proud of you, man.
Congratulations.
That's a great milestone, man.
Scott's he's getting in my way of showing my haircut right now.
I couldn't imagine being like drunk right now and not being able to fully appreciate this haircut reveal.
Wait, what? So what is the lead up to this? Because I joined a little bit late before we started recording.
No, it's just nothing. Adam just got a haircut.
Nothing. I got a haircut and I didn't have a hood on. And then Sax said, I'm not looking to put your hood on. I want you to reveal your haircut. And I said, all right, it's going to look dumb.
All right, let's do it. Let's see it.
Oh my God, he fucked you up, dude.
Looks exactly the same. A little tight on the sides.
What?
Tight on the sides.
It's a little tighter on the sides. Well, now it's all messed up because
I had the hood on.
But yeah, we got a little fade action going on.
I turned you into a Jedi. You looked like a Jedi. Anyways, yeah. Those are the big announcements, and now you can.
Jeez, that was so fucking dumb, dude. I'm so sorry for everybody that was watching.
I can't wait for people to listen to this and be like, "Wait, I can't see it."
All right, I apologize to everybody. I got a haircut. Big news. big news. But I was overdue, man. You know what? I always put off haircuts way too long. I should be getting one every month. Scott has no hair, and he gets one just about every week.
2 weeks.
Yeah. You got to have a little disposable income, though, to get to have the haircuts. I'm not quite there yet. Also, I wear a hat every day. Don't you guys? I guess you guys go to work at actual jobs where you have to take your hat off.
Yeah, I can't wear a hat to court. Fortunately, I would if I could.
There has to be some sort of hat you can wear to court, like a fancy hat.
I could wear a kippa.
Yeah, you could wear like a yarmulke.
A yarmulke. That's socially acceptable. Just gonna do a full dive into my Judaism so I could wear a hat
and not have to get a haircut too.
Yes, that's awesome. No, I can't. I can't wear a hat, but yeah, haircuts are expensive. When I lived in Florida, haircuts were $10.
Yeah, when I was younger, haircuts were like $10 to $15.
But it was like $10 when I moved up here. It was still $10 in Florida, and it was more expensive here. And I think it's a culture thing. Because I think in Florida, haircuts are more of like it's like an every week type thing. Get a shape up, like it's like very South Florida, and it was just I think $10 in and out real quick. But here it's like $35-$40.
Yeah, and you're in that chair for 30-40 minutes. I like my barber. I go to Clark's Barber in Millvale.
Oh, so do we?
Yeah, we both go there.
Wait, who do you go to at Clark's?
I just do like whatever. Like I guess I became like the head guy told me I should go down to Clark's and check out his shop. And through there I just became like buddies with him and like I'll just give me whoever.
Cuz I go to Dan, he's usually on the far right. And I go in there every other week. And then me and Adam have been in there together.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow, that's funny. Yeah. So Jordan,
that's
the guy,
hilarious.
Yeah, he invited me and I went, and it's a good haircut. But Every time I go to get a haircut, I always apologize. Like, I'm sorry. It's been like 4 months. You got to do like extra work. I've been hiding under a hat and a hood.
I like Clark's. Shout out Clark's and Mill. But I go to Will. Will is great, and everyone's very friendly. It's nice, and they're quick, and they have great times. If you know what I mean. Like my old haircut place, I loved them, but they would close at 6 on the weekdays. How am I supposed to go get a haircut?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So Clark.
So I was in spring training, and G1 Bay's interpreter, G1 Bay's a Pittsburgh Pirate. G1 Bay's interpreter came up to me, and I introduced myself to him, and he's like, "Guess what? We have the same barber."
Oh no shit!
And apparently, the Clark's people shouted me out when I was in there. So shout out to Daniel. Hopefully you get back with the big league club soon, bro.
you hope the interpreter gets back with the big league club.
Yeah, let's get a Korean that can play some Major League Baseball.
That's fine. That's fine. Well, a lot of things happened since the last episode. We talked about John Geiger last time. You did a shoe reveal.
Dude, John Geiger's development
to that story.
Well, first off, he is the man. He reposted it twice.
Yeah.
And then he DM'd me and asked for you guys your information to send us some stuff, which is unbelievable. So thank you, John Geiger. But this is the first time I've ever worn a nice pair of shoes in my life. I wear the same Skechers black slip-ins that are just like, I don't want anyone to notice anything I wear except for like my Pirates, whatever. And so I'm walking around with these new John Geigers. Guys, it's a whole different life when you're wearing a fancy pair of shoes.
Oh yeah, baby.
No one told me about this.
You're feeling good, huh?
Well, I don't even know if it's about that, but it's like when I walk around the world, I never look at people's feet ever. Like but apparently
now you do.
All right.
80% of the world is looking at feet.
Yeah.
They're looking at feet because I get recognized pretty often now in Pittsburgh, and people are coming up. I'm like, here we go, the account, and they're like, oh, hey, those shoes.
Dude,
oh, what are
nice.
those?
You look fly in them, man. You were bouncing around. You had a nice little pep in your step. I saw you.
I had a little pep, but the nice shoe life is, and it's never the conversation isn't that interesting. They just go, what are those shoes? And I say they're John Geiger's, and they go, oh, okay, those are cool, or okay, and then that's it.
Yeah. I had the same conversation when we went to Altoona. One of the players asked me, he said, what are those? I said, they're John Geiger's. He goes, never heard of it. And I go, well, you could find them here. And he goes, okay, cool. And then that was the last time.
That was it.
So, yeah. Like,
it was like, it reminded me of rehab. Like when I was in rehab at Gateway Aliquippa, dudes were obsessed with shoes. That's all they talked about all day. They were going into rehab to like get off of like meth and crack. And they were taking like 12 pairs of shoes in there with them.
Yeah. You need the shoes.
And yeah, it's just like, I don't know.
We're gonna get you your shoe game up. I think you going from slip-on Skechers to John Geiger's new release that is like a $250 shoe is quite the jump.
Has there ever been a bigger upgrade?
No, there hasn't. It'd be harder to go up from here in terms of the sneaker game, and if you're keeping it in the same realm, but we should up your shoe game a little bit.
Well, I gotta tell you, because this, of course, happened to me. I get these nice shoes. I'm on top of the world walking with these nice shoes. I'm doing the thing. I'm not trying to step in puddles and like with you when you wear Skechers slip-ons, you're just like walking mud. You just like you don't think about what you're walking into. I could not. It's like I was like an Indiana Jones, like stepping over hot lava. Like I was avoiding every sort of thing. I'm on top of the world. I get to. After an AA meeting, it's 9:10 at night. I'm walking past Mad Mex in Shadyside, just going down the street, and then I feel my shoes like slip a little bit, like, and I go, "What the hell?" Mm-hmm. And I look down. What I stepped in, I could give you 100 guesses. You'll never get it.
Ooh,
give it a couple shots.
Where were you?
Shadyside. It's not the obvious with dogs. It's Shadyside by Mad Mex.
By Mad Mex.
You'll
margarita. You slipped in a margarita.
Okay. Scott?
A burrito.
That's pretty close. It was a flipped upside down container of biryani rice. which is the absolute worst thing you could step in because it's individual, different colored rice pellets.
Yep.
Ugh.
And the bottom of those Geigers, it has the JG all over it.
They're
so
all
these
stuck in
rice
there.
pellets got stuck in every single nook and cranny.
Uh,
And I'm walking down the street just like, oh, it was like I could have not been more humbled than to step in biryani rice with chicken and like yellow and red and
That's the one thing with nice shoes, man. You feel a certain type of way, but when you get stepped on or you step in something and there's like a slight mark on them or you ruin them, it fucks you up for a little bit. You're just like,
I hate it.
damn.
I hate it because it takes me back to high school when I would walk on the 61C to go back home to the Southside Flats, and all the kids would see me, the nerdy white dude, and they'd all stick their sneakers out into the aisle, basically daring me to scuff them because they wanted confrontation. And I literally had to it was like a video game. It was like one of those video games you jump from platform to platform.
You're playing
I had to like
Frogger in
jump
high
over
school?
the shoes, and they're like, "Why do you scuff my shit, bro?" It's like, and now I am the complainer. But honestly, I want to have the world's like dirtiest pair of Geigers. I want to wear these, like, get them. Shoes are meant to be worn.
Yeah,
Can't
I
be
agree
too
with
precious about them.
Yeah, 100%. But they are white, so let's.
Yeah. It's like that's another thing too. I've never had white shoes. Like, what a pain in the ass. But like,
White
a
shoes,
nice
man.
pair.
Get a pair of Air Forces or like some Jordan 1s. They're nice. They go with everything. The Geigers. Those, I tell you what, man. When you walked up to us in your classic Saks fit, but with the Geigers on, you had me feeling a certain type of
you
way.
had a different
like,
sparkle to you,
he looks
Sax.
good right now.
Yeah. You always have a sparkle, but that time you had a different type of sparkle.
I know you're big time now, but I didn't know you were that big time.
Well, you guys are about to be that big time too. You're already that big time. So,
Yeah,
shout out to
thanks.
JG. He's the king.
Yeah.
And I'm biking home, and there's a mural of him in the north side. There's a
Where?
dude with a mural of him in the north side that's sending us shoes. How crazy is that? How crazy is life?
Sick. Yeah. I am so appreciative of that. And John, that is so cool, man. Like I was mentioning before, I've been trying to get those shoes for a long time, and it's very difficult because they're very nice. They're very popular. They're very comfortable. A lot of nice shoes are not comfortable. Those are very comfortable. They're easy to walk around in. You can do pretty much whatever you want. But we did see you at PNC Park.
Yeah.
We had a weekend there. Kind of disappointed I haven't seen you more at PNC Park this year, Sax, but I know you're a busy man.
Right. Well,
how was your weekend there? Did you have a good weekend at PNC Park?
I just do one game a series now. I just can't support you guys. You know, you're tied into the content there. You do stuff about the game and stuff, and it's just like I have to follow my joy, and my joy is not telling me go to every single game that this baseball team is playing. So I go to one. I go to one a series, and I actually have a surprisingly good record. My record's 7-4. Which people are always like, well, why don't you go to more games? Like, I go to enough games. I went to 92 games last year.
It's too many.
That's crazy.
That's
I mean,
a
it's
lot
like,
of games.
that's enough. That's literally like more than a hockey season. I went to more Pirates games than they play in a basketball or a hockey season last year. And I went to 18 different cities. So it's like, you know, I got to step back a little bit. But so what happened this Memorial Day was everybody from the Pirates universe. It was like Pirates Avengers Assemble. It was like
you got the invite, right?
Yeah, I got a very special invite, and but it was from all around the world. They came from Jacksonville. They came from Louisville, not Youngstown. That's too bit of a
yeah, Youngstown's too far, dude.
A little far away, a little far of a trek. But I mean, Doug came from Georgia. They came from. Everybody, the NS9 universe assembled. They came from Detroit with Platinum Key Brian. He was down there. And it was like everybody, this account started as a Pirates account, and it was just everybody was there. I mean, like, I see you guys. We're there all the time. You're there all the time. But it was nice to see everybody, and it was a lot of fun.
It was a great time. I know Scott and I were very surprised. We were just going out to do our regular thing on the field, and we had come through the tunnel. And we're walking up like by the dugout, and who's there but Platinum just hanging out. We're like, dude, the fuck? Like, bring it in. And they got the cameras on him and everything, kind of like what they did with you.
It's exactly what they did with me
exactly
last
what
year,
they did with you last year.
They're like highlighted a fan.
Yeah,
It was pretty funny because he had this like little mic like on his made Pirates jersey that has said Platinum Key across the back, and like I noticed it like 10 minutes into our conversation. I was like, oh, here's my opportunity to say something reckless. Let's go.
so they're gonna have to cut probably a good 30 minutes of that
If Scott's
conversation.
involved, yeah, cutting room floor is probably.
But the whole weekend, man, I was on the field the day before. Scott and I were on the field actually at different points because we just had to get there at different times. But I went on the field, and Chris and Rob were out there in their full Pirates garb because Adam Frazier invited them to be on the field. So again, just walk up through the tunnel like normal day, and then there's two Pirates standing on the field. Just absolutely hilarious. Love it so much. So the whole, like you mentioned, the whole crew was here this weekend, minus one guy. So I think it was pretty good.
It's also like when people are like jealous of the field access, it's like it's not what you think it is.
No.
Yeah.
You literally just stand like a couple inches away of where you could stand by the netting, and you just cross your arms the whole time, and nothing happens except for you guys. You guys get like players interview. It's like, I just love that people are like, they think it's like the most unbelievable thing on planet Earth.
Yeah, if you get batting passes, which is what 99% of people get, you're just standing behind a rope.
Yeah, typically they set up that rope behind home plate, and they bring you in from like right field, and they bring you in through the stadium and down through like the Lexus Club or whatever it's called now, and you have to stand behind that rope there. You don't go in through the tunnel or anything.
It's fantastic. It's fantastic. I'm just saying, it's like, there's a little drama. It's like, everybody calm down.
There's people out there that just think that
it's a giant conspiracy against you.
It is a giant conspiracy against.
Actually, yes. Let's put that out there. It is.
Some more action this weekend happened though off the field.
Off the field? Who, with me? Huh?
Oh, some off the field activities.
We'll talk about it. So I'm recently single, probably since what, February, right? And I haven't really explored the dating field because Bucko banter.
You've been asking baseball players their favorite color.
Right, exactly. There's no time for nonsense. I got to see what Adam Frazier's favorite color is. But no, I wasn't interested in dating too much or like getting out there for the first X amount of months. We got shit going on. We're at the field every day. It's nearly impossible, right, to like establish meaningful relationships. But more recently, I was like, all right, maybe I can start dipping the toesies in the pool, see what's out there a little bit. Couple things that happened. Went on a couple dates here and there. Everything's good. When we went out on the south side with the NS9 guys, I got a huge ego boost this week, boys.
Ooh.
A huge ego boost. Maybe my confidence is through the roof right now. We were sitting in a bar on the south side. That's where the NS9 guys wanted to go out. So
yeah, I grew up there.
And we went out to was it Kupka's, or how do you pronounce it?
Chipka's. Yeah. Chipka's 2. I grew up on the same block as Chipka's 1.
Chipka's. Okay, so couple things. One, me and Debo did a hostile takeover of the touch tunes, and I ended up
on the app, or did you go and touch it on the screen?
On the app. Yeah. Well, so I ended up spending $70 on touch tunes. And
well, tell a story about the
why
paying to turn a certain song off.
Oh, I'll get there. Okay. So I think I already had $20 just sitting in there, right? Just from like a long time ago. So I played a bunch of songs. I made them priority, and it kept saying they were playing, but I'm like, it's clearly not playing right now. Like, what's going on? It was just country song after country song, and just a bunch of other, I'll say it, nonsense. And I realized they had 2 touch tunes, one inside and one on their patio.
Oh, no way.
Like $30 for the people on the patio. So they had
like a pigeon to jam out to.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone was out there. So then I was like, I need to redeem myself. So I put another $30 in, and it was way back on the queue list. And probably 3 songs before my songs were going to come up, somebody decided to play the 10-minute version of a Taylor Swift song. Which should be illegal.
Probably had to pay like double the amount to get that.
Yeah. You should have to pay $200 to play a 10-minute song. And also, a 10-minute song just shouldn't be available on a touch tune.
Here.
That's a punishable offense. Okay. And Debo was not having it at all. So by minute 2 of the song, when a normal song should end, he said, you know what? That's it. I'm going to talk to the bartender. Like, all right.
I went up with him. Dude, that should be, first of all, before we get to that point, that should be against like bar touch tune etiquette. This seems like a Larry David skit where it's just like 10-minute song.
That's honestly, it has to cost such a large amount of money to play that song that it's like it pays like the bar's rent for like a week. Like,
right.
That's
exactly.
If you're gonna, that's crazy.
It's crazy. So, yeah, Debo offered to pay the bartender $10 to turn this song off. She did. Wait,
bartenders have control of touch tunes?
She had like a remote. She was just like, okay.
$10, please.
And apparently she liked Taylor Swift. So, I mean, I guess $10 is the price for turning a Taylor Swift song off, which then was immediately followed with Young Dolph's 100 Shots, which is maybe the exact opposite of whatever you tell it Taylor Swift.
That's such a Southside song.
Oh yeah. So you know what? We did a hostile takeover. I played some Young Dolph, some Young Thug, some Chief Keef. I mean, the boys were buzzing. Anyways, we're sitting in a circle at the end of the bar, and a young lady walks into the circle of loser pirate bloggers and podcasters. And she hands me a piece of paper, and the piece of paper, I have it here. I'll block out the number on it, but it says, and I'll let you know, the eyes they all have hearts over them. Okay. It says, if you're single and ready to mingle, text me XOXO Emily in Pitt. And then here's her number, address, and social security number. So yeah, nice.
So
little,
someone saw you in a circle of pirates bloggers. Actually, you know what? Veterans leadership.
Gary, shout out the Gary Sinise Foundation.
Did she have one leg? But what is? Sorry, was that inappropriate?
Thank God Paul Skeens doesn't listen to the Saxcast.
So, you know what? Okay, a couple thoughts on this. One, anyone just the Pirates bloggers should just be available for hire for men to go out at bars at. And so the girls like look at the Pirates bloggers. You're going to look pretty attractive in there. Let's be honest. It's going to boost you up a little bit.
Oh, man. So, you know, it was her friend who handed it to me because she was gone already. And she said, my friend wanted you to have this.
But
so
did you see what the friend looked like?
I did not see what the friend looked like.
I didn't either.
I did text the number a day later. And I said,
thank you for your service.
I said, is this Emily in Pitt? This is Adam in Bar. And she said, ha, 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 ha. It is. And then she sent a photo of herself, and then I never responded.
Okay.
Damn.
I respect the move. It's
damn.
And it's nothing against her. It's nothing against her. She's a fine young woman. I'm not going to show the picture on here, but
yeah, don't do that.
Just not, you know,
AI create it.
Yeah. Very cool. I thought it was a very cool move.
That's old school. I mean, that's like what they were doing in the South Side in like the 80s and the 90s. Actually, in the 80s, they were probably just like smoking cigs and like, who the hell knows what they're. I grew up in the South Side. Many a person was making out in front of my house growing up. I learned about the world that way. You know what that reminded me of? My friend Tony Zarrett, who's a comedian, very funny comedian. He had a move back in the day during karaoke where there's a Boston song that's 8 minutes and it starts with a 3-minute intro. That's just music. And he's a comic, so he would spend the first 3 minutes plugging his social media in his packed karaoke bar.
That's awesome.
He would go. So, but that's way too long of a song for touch tunes.
Too long, man. Too long. But the night ended well. Everyone had a good time, and then I went on a date, like an actual date.
I like that you're open about this, by the way.
Yeah, why not? Right? And
Yeah. What's to lose?
I was probably a lot. But I'm gonna tiptoe around some things. But it's interesting because I'm 31 now, right? And we're all in our 30s here. And Scott has a girlfriend, but he was recently in the dating pool, like not too long ago, right? And it's an interesting world, right? Because a lot of people aren't doing what Emily at the bar does and going out and like handing a number. And I'm for sure not shooting my shot almost ever. Like you know what I mean? Like,
dude, we're cowards. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, people are just cowards in person.
So I think we've been conditioned to, and I didn't want to download any of the apps. That was like, I made that a point at first. I was like, I don't want to download any of this because I know I'm just going to like sit on it and scroll, like doom scroll, treat it like Instagram. And I ended up downloading the app. And and you get options and you go on dates, and some of them are good and some of them are bad. But I went on a date the other night that was very good. The date lasted a long time. Okay. And I was curious to ask
over 4 hours.
Oh yeah.
Well over 4 hours.
Okay, Kool-Aid man.
Well,
oh yeah.
And we went to three different establishments. We did putt at Putt Shack.
Oh yeah.
In the Strip, which
is your place.
It's a good first date spot.
Did you help with her form at all?
I did, and there was a group of 10-year-olds waiting behind us to use the court. It's like, hold on, guys, I'm doing something. I'm doing something.
I'm doing something.
Do you have any like putt bits, like where you like do like you go down and you shoot it like it's pull or something, like, oh, I'm so funny?
No, I take it very seriously. I want to win. I do a bit though if I make like a hole in one or a good shot, I pick the ball out and then like I thank the crowd, like
you
the
wave,
sign.
yeah,
like,
that's a good one.
That's a good one. It's good every single time. But Putt Shack's different because it's not like traditional mini golf. You get like more points and there's different like obstacles, whatever. So we had a drink there. We went to another place, had a drink, 2 drinks there, and then went to another place and then closed that place down. And I've noticed in my lifetime going on dates, my dates usually, like, even if I'm not that, like this one, I was having a very good time. Don't get me wrong. But like dates in the past, I've noticed I end up having like longer dates than most people. And I was curious as to like when you guys are to go on dates or you invite somebody out, how long your typical date lasts and what you're doing.
Man, it's been a minute. I mean, I'm single now, right? But I haven't been on a date. I mean, like, God, New
It's
York
a lot.
was always
right?
like 2 hours.
2 hours seems reasonable.
If you're just going out and like you're talking with someone,
right?
You 2 hours, 2.5 hours, and then you go from there.
My first date with my current girlfriend was way longer than 2 hours. We closed down an establishment, but I'm a yapper. I can talk for hours, and it turns out that she's a yapper too. So that didn't help matters.
Well, Scott just has to cover all. He found out she wasn't Italian and tried to justify it by just talking spaghetti.
What do you know about tagliatelle?
I feel like there's dates. I mean, dating's such a God. It's been so long, but
it's a crap.
It varies per person, but
it is, and I have talked to like people outside of the apps and stuff like that, but it's very like it's hit or miss, and it is by person. But it's interesting going out, the concept of just like meeting somebody that you've never seen before and just showing.
That's how I met my ex-wife, who's still my best friend, Hinge. And I'm for it. But that's so funny that you get matches. I downloaded Hinge like months ago. I got no matches. None. I'm like, am I that bad looking of a guy? I put like my @ in there. I put the @ in the profile. I was like, It was
Dude,
before I popped off, I guess, because I haven't been on it forever. But
that's
so now I'm like, fuck that. And it tries to get you to spend money. I bet you're not spending any money on that, Adam.
No.
That's the thing when you're good looking.
Dude.
You don't look like Mr. Bean. I hate these fucking apps. These apps are so, I'm like a 6.5. These apps are so set up for handsome men to get every single date.
I appreciate that, man.
And they're there
Thank you.
to get like medium to low attractive men to spend money to get like boosts and stuff that do fucking nothing.
So apparently this is not going to make you feel any better, but
oh my God. I've had thousands of matches.
I'm on the subject now. Your matches end up maxing out, so you can only, before my last relationship I had Hinge, and you could just
maxed out on matches.
Yeah, so every time I get a new, I have to start deleting them to get the new ones to come in.
This is like the biggest fucking come down of my life, bro. This is like the biggest dump. Like this is just me getting punched in the face right now.
So it's like, yeah, you can only get up to 8 at a time,
dude. And like in January,
but that's when you don't pay for it, though, right?
I bought a
no. I
fucking
think
boost.
it's just generally,
dude. No,
$15 on a boost in January. I didn't get fucking shit.
Oh, so maybe if you pay for it, you can get more. But
I get
zero.
I
think
you have
the
like
free
really good
version,
picks, Adam.
Who Sax? What was
Adam,
that?
do you have really good picks on your profile?
I'll show you. You want to see it?
Yeah, show me your first pick. That's all I need to see.
It's him in a bikini.
Again, I haven't been on it in months, but that's your fucking pick. Your fucking baseball. Keep going. Let me see the second pick. I don't want to see the comedy.
It's all comedy, dude.
I want to see the picks. I don't want to see comedy. Oh, there we go. That's it. That's the money shot. Next. Wow, that's up to date.
Oh yeah.
There's comedy. Start a pyramid scheme. Funny. Yeah. Okay, get this out of my face.
Well, I got one more. I got 2 more. I got one of me.
Now you're just bragging. This is a profile you maxed out on?
Yeah. There's Debo's ugly ass.
You know what it might be? It's because I live outside the city, so I'm just gonna blame it on that. I'm too far out of the. What? Anyways, it's been a while, but congratulations, man. That's awesome.
I mean, Hinge sucks. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's not a good place at all. It's a bad place, but it's interesting. I think it's topical because,
dude, if you want to keep sharing those dating stories, man, that is the shit, man. Thanks for sharing about that.
Yeah, of course. I'll let you know how my ventures go. We have some Mongolian stuff to talk about. We're bringing back the Mongolian corner, and yes. I'll let you get this started off, Zach, because I don't really know exactly what we're talking about today, but I know we have some Mongolian stuff in store.
I'll just take it from here. We're gonna go start with civil unrest in the streets of Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia.
Dun, 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 dun.
A city where 4 months out of the year it is negative 27 degrees.
Negative
a place 27. Where in a car to go from the equivalent of the Strip District to the South Side would take you 2.5 hours. There's so much traffic. In a place where there's smog, people are finally uprising against an unbelievably corrupt government. The government, I must add, the president shared my video. So video. But they have been protesting for weeks now outside the Ulaanbaatar capital, asking for change in the Mongolian government, because in Mongolia, again, it's a democracy, quote unquote, that Putin visits. You know what I mean? It's the only democracy in the world that Putin visits during an active war.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a prime minister and there's a president. And basically, they're just in the pocket. They're just so corrupt in the pocket of big minerals, like of the mineral industry of Ulaanbaatar, of coal and whatever. And the prime minister's son, like, imagine this. Your dipshit son is on Instagram, on social media, posting bragging things about all these extravagant gifts he's getting. and all these like paybacks he's getting. And can you imagine you work your whole political career and then your dipshit son is like, yeah, look at my Louis bag. And the people take the streets and are like, fuck this.
But it trickles down, right?
No place does wealth trickle down less than Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. And it's like it's exciting. It's exciting because there have been protests in the past, but what happens in Mongolia is they pay off votes. The big controlling party will go to, it's a democracy, but the big controlling party will go to the countryside and be like, hey, here's $500 if you vote for us. It's like literally like that kind of shit. And the whole country itself is like 3.8 million people. So it's like, you know, the city of Philadelphia. And, but yeah, they're doing a vote of confidence to see if people still want to keep the prime minister, but the government's corrupt. He probably will win that. But civil unrest in the streets, and I will keep us updated about it because that's big news. I hope there's a sea change in Mongolia. They need it.
Sax, real quick, because we've touched on politics, especially local politics here every once in a while. Is the government in Mongolia considered more conservative or?
Yeah, so like the ruling party is the center right people.
Okay.
And those people are just funded by the fossil fuel industry, which is just mining. And it's money that comes in from China. These big miners, they go and they buy votes, and it is literally just, it could not be more corrupt. The money barely goes towards improving the country. It goes towards the pocket of politicians and like the top 1%. Like the wealth divide is insane. So I will be monitoring that. I might make a post about that, but you know, our podcast page has like 30% people in Mongolia. So
yeah,
we're with you.
That's all my Mongolians.
I feel like, not to get too political, but I feel like income and wealth inequality is a rampant issue across the world, and it probably stands out in a country like Mongolia. So, man, I stand with the people of Mongolia.
Hell yeah. Especially, they just want a fair shot into like for their city to be improved. And it's like, yeah, it's just like, it's hard to jump classes there. It's hard to make money there. It's hard to make money there. Next to impossible.
I'm glad Scott's taking a stance on something, honestly.
Adam, your silence is deafening.
Yeah, Adam. Adam's scrolling Hinge while we're talking about the Mongolian people.
Adam's changing his Tinder location to Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. Adam's on Raya in Mongolia.
Where do you go on dates in Mongolia?
Raya.
I mean, yeah, I'm a pretty big celebrity in the.
He's a Maya, Mongolian Raya.
Where are the date spots in Mongolia? What are people? Chime in, comment below.
Where do you take a date in Mongolia? I think, I mean, I was married when I was there, but there's a lot of stuff going on in Mongolia. They got a lot of restaurants and stuff.
The fake IKEA, maybe?
Yeah. And then I wanted to talk about this real quick. My ex-wife, who we got to get on the show. She's a listener. She loves you guys. She loves Scott. Everybody loves Scott because he's a doof.
Not sure why, yeah.
And apparently all the ladies love Adam. And here's
I'll take that one.
And all the men love Sax Boy, isn't he?
Oh yeah, I'll show you with my clear numbers later. The men be loving some Sax Boy. So my ex-wife is my best friend, one of my best buddies. She's my best friend. She grew up she started her life in a ger, which is one of those tiny like tents that you see Mongolians live in.
Right.
And then when she was like 10 or whatever, she moved to an apartment. But she grew up, you know, in a country that's between Russia and China. And like there was very few American movies that got through those walls. Like VHSs that got through those walls into Mongolia as a kid. So the movies, I talk about this in stand-up, the movies she talks about that are her Citizen Kane, her Goodfellas, are like, have you seen this masterpiece of Crocodile Dundee? It's unbelievable.
Stop it. That's a good movie.
Oh, she's like, oh my God, you know, it's a great movie. Baby's Day Out. Oh God. That is just an absolute cinema classic. So it's always hilarious, like what she knows with pop culture. And sometimes they're just recommendations. I have to say, Zolo, stop. You cannot be recommending this movie to me. There is 0.000% chance this movie is good. And I was taken aback the other day where she sends me a clip from the following movie. We're going to show it in 1 second. And you guys are a little bit younger than me, but this is the movie she recommended. Go ahead and show it, Adam.
Oh my god!
This is the movie Curly Sue.
There's so much going on here.
So what this movie is it's the Home Alone director basically had he kind of got cold and had a bunch of flop movies, and in an effort to rebound his career, he's like, you know what? I'll make Home Alone, but it's with a girl. It's with a young girl, and it's with Curly Sue, and she gets into mischief and mayhem. And
Curly Sue looks like she has Benjamin Button's disease, dude.
Adam, if you scrolled past this girl on Hinge, what would you do? Swipe right.
Wait, do not answer that.
Yeah, no comment.
God damn it! There's Scott's first cut of the episode. Trying to make him.
Oh, geez.
Trap question. All right, next. Go ahead. Zach.
But guess. Okay, so she was like. Then she's like in the comments, like she's in my messages, like actively debating this is a good movie. Guess what this movie's Rotten Tomato score is?
45.
I think
Favorite president?
Oh no. I'm gonna guess 15.
Oh, you almost got it, Adam. 14.
Oh no.
What?
No, it's so bad.
So I want to do a segment called Bill's Mongolian ex-wife movie recommendations. And, like, I really want to bring her on to have like a segment where we have her like watch movies we've all seen 100 times that she's never seen and stuff. So
Oh my god, it got a worse rating than The Room.
Curly Sue. Are you kidding me? Anyways, that's all for that. Mongolia corner's
Wow.
back.
Love that. I'm a big fan of Mongolia.
I'll tell you what, I'm surprised when you showed me that movie cover picture. I'm like,
It's jarring.
that
right?
looks like a good movie. I don't know.
She's holding cards. Like, what do the cards mean?
Yeah, real quick. Bring it back.
It looks like she's got gun straps.
Yeah, she's wearing suspenders. She's got like the haircut of a woman in like the 70s, right?
Yeah, or she kind of looks like Chappelle Roan.
She just looks like Chapel Roan.
Kind of like a modern haircut a little bit.
Yeah, all of it is so bizarre, dude. Oh my lord.
I love you, Solo. I'm sorry.
Love that. Give us more. Zach,
More.
I need more. Before we wrap it up, you're going to Morgantown, right?
Yeah.
What's going on down there?
Oh yeah, I got two more things. Morgantown. So send me recommendations for Morgantown. I got so many. The Pittsburgh Morgantown overlap is real. There's a lot of overlap. I think they share a similar football team, similar baseball team. So I'm excited. It is in when school's not in session though, so a lot of things. It's not going to be as busy, and their tram system isn't running, which is a bummer.
Ooh.
But on top of that, I just want to close it out with this. So I'm doing an ad for an airline. I'm not going to say what, but I'm getting flown down to Key West for 4.5 days to make content, which is pretty amazing. So they asked for something called a clear score, which I just learned about today, which is kind of how they view metrics on Instagram. And it basically tells you kind of like what your account's worth by like AI tells you what a post would be worth and whatever. And I have my metrics. And do you want to guess my demographics? What is my male to women breakdown?
I'd say it's probably 85% male, white male from the age of 28 to 45.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty close.
I'd say it's probably in the ballpark.
I can't see how I could do any different than that. I would say
It's
great.
almost perfect. No, it's 67% men, which is actually not so bad.
Nice.
60, but it is 53% between 25 and 34.
Why don't
which
you
is
appeal to
actually-
women, Sexboy?
33% women.
That's not bad.
That's pretty good because my content's
Okay.
like travel and songs and stuff.
Okay.
Average age 31. Countries: United States 1, Canada 2, UK 3, Mongolia 4. So
There's so
These
many other
corporations are
places
looking
that
at my
can-
account and be like, "What the fuck?" Mongolia.
That's awesome. I love that.
It's so my. Oh God, where's my overview is they give you a score out of 100, and I actually have because I get my videos get a lot of engagement. I'm an 84 out of 100.
Oh, let's
Which
go.
is actually not bad. And my similar influencers to me are Darty WVU,
Day party.
MLB Fits,
Okay.
Steelers U,
Never heard of
John
it.
Boy Media, and Part of My Take. So
Oh, all right.
Oh,
I
Well,
think
yeah,
this
dude.
thing thinks I'm baseball, which I'm obviously not. But and then yeah, it's just funny. Yeah, I'm in the top echelon of engagement and insights. But this thing is really interesting. I didn't know that you could like put numbers to your reach.
did you have to pay for that?
No, it's free. And the value of my average Instagram reel that would be like an influencer would have to pay for it is $46,000 of reach per post. If influencers wanted to get the average amount of reach I get per video, they'd have to pay $46,000 in views. So that's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
I don't know.
Pretty good.
That's
So there
pretty
you go.
nice. I want to look up our score, Scotty, when we're done with
check
this
it out.
and maybe give us some help. But nice. I'm excited.
Anyways, that's all I got.
I'm excited for
I'm an
your
84.
upcoming travels. You're an 84.
I'm a 0 on Hinge, but I'm an 84 on Clear. So suck my nuts.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, appreciate everybody for listening. If you only listen and you don't like looking at our faces, I understand. Make sure you download the episodes, leave a 5-star review. Go over to YouTube at SaxBoyBilly18. Leave a comment, share, like, and subscribe. And then go on all social media. You can find us at the Saxcast. Sax, you got one more thing?
If you're listening on Spotify, it takes 2 seconds. Go to our page and just give us a 5-star rating. We've already got 15, which is pretty good, but it really helps the show. And I put the order in a couple days ago. There's going to be a Sax Boy t-shirt coming out soon. So stay tuned for that. It's a saxophone on a t-shirt. That's it.
Love it. Love it so much. Appreciate everybody, and we'll see you next week.
See ya.